The regular horizontal mouse most of us use today is actually based on a design that dates back 60 years. For people with wrist pain, the good news is there are other types of mice that may be better for you. Here are my 9 best alternatives to a normal mouse out on the market. The first alternative frankly looks more like a keyboard than any mouse. Its long stationary design works similar to a trackball, but across a wide keyboard-length surface. This design can be helpful for people who find it hard to grasp a regular mouse or suffer from wrist or shoulder strain due to the frequent motions of dragging or reaching for a mouse constantly. Also known as a trackbar, a roller bar mouse is positioned at the base of your keyboard for easy access. There's a long bar you manipulate using any of your fingers to move the cursor horizontally and roll to move it vertically. There's also a palm rest for added comfort. The defining element of a joystick mouse is a stick that forces you to grasp it by assuming a handshake position. Both the forearm and wrist become perpendicular to the desk, resulting in virtually no twisting of the wrist that can put pressure in the median nerve and tendons of the carpal tunnel. As such, a joystick mouse is worth trying for people with carpal tunnel syndrome, tendonitis, or arthritis. It's also easier for people with cerebral palsy and other similar conditions to operate compared to a regular mouse. The biggest issue, however, with a joystick mouse is its lack of precision, at least not without a lot of practice. Another alternative to a normal mouse is the pen mouse. Often confused for a stylus, a pen mouse is actually just an optical mouse in the shape of a pen. It doesn't offer the same type of pixel-to-pixel precision as a stylus, nor haptic feedback or pressure sensitivity. Like the joystick mouse, the pen mouse is a viable alternative for people with carpal tunnel syndrome, mainly due to the way you hold it, like a pen with a hand resting on the side. However, as mentioned already, a pen mouse is similar in precision as a regular mouse. Trying to draw or write with a pen mouse will be just as frustrating. Use a stylus instead for those type of tasks. A finger mouse is basically a miniature mouse that doesn't require any surface to operate. The biggest reason to choose a finger mouse is when you need to operate a mouse without a surface, such as when you're standing, doing a presentation, or stuck in bed. It can also be a good choice for people suffering from wrist pain or injuries and cannot use their wrist at all. The vertical mouse was invented in 1994 by Jack Lowe because of his discomfort using a conventional mouse. He wanted something that was both practical to use and more comfortable on the wrist. All vertical mice come with an aggressive slope where the main mouse buttons are housed. The benefits of this design is that it naturally guides your hand into a handshake position when holding it. Also called the neutral position, this posture reduces forearm and wrist pronation while opening up the operating shoulder as you use the mouse. The most radical vertical mouse on the market is the Evoluent Mouse 4, which comes with a right-hand slope of close to 80 degrees or near vertical. After a vertical mouse, a trackball is what I recommend people with wrist pain or carpal tunnel syndrome to try next for pain relief. Trackball mice are also an excellent choice for the elderly who have difficulty keeping the mouse cursor steady while clicking. Once the cursor is in the right place, the person can simply take his hand off the trackball and press the button separately. There are 2 types of trackballs on the market, the thumb-operated and fingers-operated trackball. The thumb-operated version comes with a lower learning curve, though could lead to thumb pain over time. The fingers trackball can take longer to master, though is arguably more ergonomic, as you can use any or all of your fingers to maneuver a large trackball that is positioned front and center. If you're looking for a single device to act as both the keyboard and mouse, there are keyboards with a built-in trackball for that purpose. The Perix 522 Paraboard, for example, is a full-size mechanical keyboard with a large, fingers-based trackball on the right. Ergonomically speaking, it's typically better to separate the keyboard and mouse so you can position the 2 devices separately based on your shoulder's width. However, an all-in-one design makes it possible to both type and mouse on uneven surfaces, such as on the couch. People who are bedridden will also find this form factor particularly helpful in allowing them to operate their large desktop computer and monitor from the bed. Out of all the mouse alternatives, the Handshoe mouse resembles most closely to a regular mouse. In fact, it's basically a modified horizontal mouse with 2 large basins for your pinky finger and thumb. To use a Handshoe mouse, you simply place your palm on the mouse with the thumb resting in the left basin. The biggest benefit of a handshoe mouse is that it eliminates the need to grip or pinch the mouse. This reduces muscle activity everywhere from the neck, shoulders to the arms, reducing possible strain in those areas. A well-known handshoe mouse on the market is the Hippus. Rounding off this list are touchpads. This is the same underlying device as the trackpad built into laptops, but just bigger, slicker, and with more features. The most well-known external touchpad is the Apple Magic Touchpad. There's also no gripping or pinching when using a touchpad, unlike with a conventional mouse. Since users are free to use whatever fingers they want to operate, people who suffer from thumb pain or in other areas of their hand can easily use it. The downside of a trackpad is that it doesn't cradle your fingers or wrists during operation. As such, general hand fatigue can develop faster than when using an ergonomic mouse.